In 1998, Wei Dai first referred to a B currency, or a digital money, on a cryptography forum. This B money is the precursor for the subject of my presentation, cryptocurrencies. My name is Jacob McLean. Let's go ahead and get started. First and foremost, we need to define what is a cryptocurrency. By definition, a cryptocurrency is a digital currency in which encryption techniques are used to regulate the generation of units of currency, verify the transfer of funds, operating independently of a central bank. Now, breaking down the name, cryptography is the art of codes and breaking codes, hence the crypto, and currency, of course, is a form of money, so by name it means coded money. Now, cryptocurrencies are an alternative form of currency that exists virtually, so it's not something that you can hold in your hand like a dollar or a quarter, and they use complex encryption techniques to ensure that they are secure. Additionally, they are not controlled or minted by a government, so they are decentralized, unlike other forms of currency. As we're well aware, the dollar is regulated by the U.S. government, and many large banks and institutions play a key role as far as distributing those funds. Additionally, cryptocurrencies are used like any other currency to buy and sell goods and services. More recently, they've been seen as an investment vehicle as they gain popularity and value. Moving on, the different types of cryptocurrencies. In 2016, there are more than 710 different cryptocurrencies active on the currency markets. However, the majority of them do remain relatively obscure, attracting only minimal interest and minimal funding. And on this slide, I have listed the biggest names in the cryptocurrency space. Most notably is Bitcoin. There's also Ethereum, Litecoin, and Ripple. And Bitcoin has become essentially the face of cryptocurrencies. It is by a wide margin the most popular, as well as it does have the highest market cap by a wide margin. Additionally, it is considered the first cryptocurrency, being founded in 2009. It does resemble the B money that was conceptualized in Wei Dai's 1998 paper. And the credit for the founding of Bitcoin is most notably given to a man by the name of Satoshi Nakamoto. However, many people do believe this is a pseudonym and do not know what his true identity was or is. Additionally, over the course of the last year, the amount of news surrounding these alternative currencies has grown exponentially. This is in direct relation as the popularity and acceptance of these cryptocurrencies has grown exponentially as well. In total, market cap for all of the cryptocurrencies has also reached and exceeded the $100 billion mark, which is another milestone, just showing that they are sizing quite a bit. These cryptocurrencies are very similar in how they are used and how they operate. Now I'll go into specific details about Bitcoin, just because this is the most widely known and widely accepted cryptocurrency. So for example, Bitcoin has capped the amount of coins of these currencies that can be created at 21 million. This is just to facilitate supply and demand and prevent saturation of this specific currency in the market. Additionally, they have essentially set it up so that the final Bitcoin will be mined in the year 2140, at which point all Bitcoins that can be created will be in circulation. Additionally, a fun fact, in 2014, one study revealed that roughly 24% of people knew what Bitcoin was. So a fourth of the population. I'd be interested to see now, as the cryptocurrency area has grown, if that number has increased significantly as well. How do they work? So a lot of what I've read regarding the inner workings of cryptocurrencies takes quite a bit of technical understanding to really make heads or tails of. So I will try and distill it down to the key points, as well as keep it easy enough to understand. So one of the first key points is cryptocurrencies are peer-to-peer, from person to person, buyer to seller. There's no middleman, no bank in between to process the transactions. With this, all functions are carried out by its network of users. In Bitcoin, this is called the blockchain. Next, the creation of Bitcoins is called mining. And again, this is done on that same open network of users, and is, as I mentioned, capped, so only so much of the currency will be created, thus protecting its value. Additionally, miners are allocated Bitcoins for being the ledger keepers. This means that each and every transaction will be recorded by each and every miner, thus spreading out the responsibility across the open network of users. This adds to the complexity and security of the Bitcoins and cryptocurrencies in general. Generally, these miners have high-quality computers running the necessary programs to support the blockchain and are, as I mentioned, collectively maintaining every transaction. Additionally, these miners are also the originators of each Bitcoin, so they do play an important role there. The actual string of numbers and security checks involved in the transactions and mining are incredibly complex and only get more complex as the chain grows. And again, these cryptocurrencies are founded on these very complex codes. Next, the digital wallet. So as the name implies, this is where you will store your Bitcoins. There are a variety of different wallets, each with different pros and different cons to meet various needs, but you'll need one to store your Bitcoins in and get started with the cryptocurrency space in general. This is where you'll buy Bitcoins. You can purchase Bitcoins from an exchange. This is where you'll accept Bitcoins after a transaction, or this is where you'll just maintain your personal transaction log. So for the majority of users, it is a fairly straightforward process. You'll just set up an online or digital wallet, then you can start buying and selling goods and services using these online currencies, and you can purchase these Bitcoins from an exchange. So you don't actually have to be a miner and go through the more complex inner workings of the actual blockchain technology. In the diagram on this slide, it does a very basic job of kind of showing the transaction. So you can imagine one of those iPads at the top is the buyer, one is the seller, and they made a transaction of 1.2 Bitcoins. When the transaction went through, each of those miners down at the bottom recorded that transaction, and this is adding to the blockchain, so that complex string of numbers. So it does a very basic job of kind of outlining that same information. That may be a useful tool there. Next, cryptocurrency in the news. So cryptocurrencies have gained a lot of limelight as of late. A few articles connecting them to recent happenings. So WannaCry ransomware attack. That was the recent ransomware attack that struck a variety of different companies in a variety of different countries, and it became known as the largest cyber attack in history. With this, it did demand that the ransom be paid in Bitcoin. Another article has been dubbed Bitcoin Pizza, and this is an article about a miner, a developer who bought 2 pizzas for 10,000 Bitcoins. Today, 10,000 Bitcoins, 10,000 units of Bitcoin would be worth over $20 million. And this is just a fun way to think about the insane growth of the currency from 2010 to currently. The same 10,000 Bitcoins in 2010 were able to purchase 2 pizzas. Today, it would be able to purchase significantly more. And that graph in the bottom right, that does show the actual price of Bitcoin over time. So you can see that the near vertical line, that is the price of Bitcoin currently, it is just on an upward trajectory. Additionally, another article was a cyber attack, a DDoS attack on some of the Bitcoin or cryptocurrency exchanges. This is a denial of service attack. That means the hackers did try and overload these sites, these exchanges with information, causing temporary outages. This was fixed. It did cause essentially a drop in the price of the cryptocurrencies involved. While there is no monetary loss for any of the users, it does essentially raise questions about security of cryptocurrencies in general. Moving on from news to my experiences. So I actually did set up a mobile wallet, a digital wallet with Coinbase, and I purchased a fraction of a Bitcoin and a fraction of Ethereum. So two of the main cryptocurrencies. With this mobile wallet that I used, it was very easy to use. It was slightly slow and took some time to respond as far as today's standards. That may have just been from the overwhelming demand for essentially this mobile wallet. Again, as of late, the demand has skyrocketed. But everything was very easy to use. The fees were minimal. And fortunately, I did, again, buy some Bitcoin and Ethereum. This was about 2 months ago, and since then, the value has increased by about 50%. So from an investment standpoint, that was a fortunate investment. I did just decide to at least see what the experience was like as far as with cryptocurrencies, even before deciding on this as my presentation topic. So that was a fun little experiment that did coincide with this. And if you are interested, Coinbase was very easy to use, and it would, again, present the opportunity to kind of look at the cryptocurrency space and how those transactions would be made. So I would recommend that if anyone would like to further look into that. The future of cryptocurrencies. So there are quite a few pros and cons with cryptocurrencies. Pros, they're very universal. You don't have to have them exchanged, so there's no foreign exchange. A Bitcoin is a Bitcoin no matter what country you're in. They're gaining in popularity. They're made secure by the very complex chains of data. This is military-grade cryptography. They allow for ease of use online. They're private, relatively low fees and costs. However, the cons are equal and opposite. So they're speculative, very volatile, these currencies are. That's due to how young they are in general. They're still limited ability to buy things, so they're not approved by all large entities. Not all companies are accepting this currency just yet. Additionally, some countries are banning cryptocurrencies because they're unregulated, because the governments don't play a role with them. So that's another point to consider. So at this point, the future of cryptocurrencies is still undecided. And I'd be interested to see where it goes from here. And lastly, just a couple of questions to start the conversation. Will cryptocurrencies gain traction as a major currency? How will cryptocurrencies handle cyber threats? So like the Sony case study, how will they be able to deal with the various hackers and inevitable security breaches that they will be put up against? And are cryptocurrencies in a speculative bubble right now? Is this incredible price and value growth just part of a frenzy, or is this something that will continue, something that is supported? Again, I'll look forward to all of the various feedback and questions you have. And lastly, references. I look forward to your feedback, and thank you very much.